Hello friends, welcome to the Docker Swarm practical session. From now onwards, we will focus completely on the Docker Swarm practical. That what the Dockers already we have seen all the theoretical parts in our previous two sessions. So I will recommend or I will suggest those who are new in the Docker Swarm, please go and watch the theoretical part as well. Because from the theoretical part, you will get a clear idea or concept that what the Docker Swarm is and how it works. So from now onwards, we will be completely focusing on the practical session. So first, already we have said that in our previous session that Docker Swarm is a clustering tool. So how can we make the cluster? So see, already Docker Swarm gets installed. We already get the Docker Swarm pre-installed or pre-configured with the Docker engine. So it is not a separate or third-party tool like Docker Compose. We don't have to install it separately. Just we have to initiate the service of the Docker Swarm. Suppose if I will say that look into the Docker Swarm service, then already I send with the Docker info, we can get all the features which is there in my Docker engine. So as I can see that Docker Swarm is inactive as of now. So I have to just activate this Docker Swarm. So see what happens, what I said earlier, that in the Docker Swarm either one manager should be there or more than one manager can also be there, but at least one manager should be there. So what is our first step? That we will initiate our Docker Swarm in one of the machine, and in those machine we will initiate the Docker Swarm. That machine will become our master server or manager server. So I have given the host name as well, like master1, node1, node2, node3. This giving the host name as master1 doesn't mean that this become my master server. I just gave it as a name on the OS level. So I had configured these 4 servers on my AWS server. So I would suggest every one of you to do the practical parallelly so that you should not miss any of the point. And if you want to know how can you get a server free of cost from AWS server, so in my channel already I had created a video for that as well, that how can you provision a server for your practical session. So you can look into that, how to create a server in AWS. So what I did, I created 4 server, one is master one and the third is the node server. So what is the first step? That I will initiate my Docker Swarm. So I am initiating Docker Swarm in my master server. So what I am doing, what is the command to initiate the Docker Swarm? Docker Swarm init. So by running this command, I will be able to, my swarm will activate. Suppose if again I will run this Docker info grep swarm, so I will see that swarm is active, but previously swarm was inactive. So my swarm got activated. So see after that what message I am getting, swarm initialized, current node is my manager. So this node became my manager. So after that I am getting some Docker Swarm join token. This we call it as token. Okay. So what was our first step, which I said that in any of the server we should initialize our Docker Swarm. So we did with our first step. It is over. So what is our second step? The second step is we can add any of the multiple servers, any of the servers to our Docker Swarm cluster. Either we can add the server to the cluster as a manager or as a worker. So to look how many server is there in your cluster, you have to run the command docker node ls. So see after running this docker node ls, I am getting that one server is there which is named host name master one, and this is there in the cluster. So right now I am inside this master one only, means this server is only part of my swarm cluster. So see now I will discuss few points over here. So whenever I will create any Docker Swarm, so I will get some unique ID. So like in case of our container, if you would have remember, we used to get some unique container ID. So this is only the unique ID to identify this node in the cluster. Okay, this is nothing else. After that we get the star. What is this star? The star says that we are running the command we are running, we are looking for the node ls in this server. Right now I am moving only one master server and I am inside this master server only. So this star is looking in here only. So the star says that I am inside this host name is master server. Right now I am inside this master server. Now what is the status? The status is ready. Whenever any server comes up and joins the cluster, we will get the server status as ready. If it will be down or pending, means it is not joined our cluster. And availability is active. So either it will be active or it will be inactive. So it is not in the down condition, it is not in the inactive condition, means this server master one has joined our cluster, Swarm cluster, and it is active. After that we are looking into the message of leader. So what this leader is? This leader says that this is our manager node and this says joined our cluster and this is the manager node. Means wherever we will look into the leader, that server will become our manager node. So this is what the leader says. So let me join other server as a worker node. So this is the token which I am getting. This same token I have to copy and paste to any of the server. So let me paste over node 1. So when I will run this command, see what message I am getting. This node has joined Swarm as a worker. So if again I will run docker node ls, so what I am getting, node 1 has joined our cluster and it is in the ready and active status. So see, in the manager status I am getting blank, nothing. If in the manager state blank will be there, it means that the server is our worker node. This node 1 is our worker node. So this is the first step. Now suppose I want to join one more server as a worker. So again I will copy the same token and I will run in any of the server. So suppose if anyone asks that I forgot that token, how can I get the token again? So there is a command docker swarm join token worker. So see, if you will compare this both token would be same. No difference is there. So this what I run the command, I run the command docker swarm and this is my token, join token, and I want the token for worker. I want the token for worker. Suppose I want the token for manager as well. Suppose I want to join other server as a manager. So I have to run this command docker swarm join token manager. So I got the command token for this manager. If I will run this token in any of the server, then that server will join our cluster as a manager. So let me add one more server as a worker. So I am adding node 2 as a worker. So see what message I got. This node joined swarm as a worker. So see what is happening. Docker node ls. So what I am getting? Node 2 also came up and it became active and it is joined as a worker. Why worker? Because it is showing it's blank over here. Nothing is showing over here. If nothing will show, then it will join as a worker. Now let me show you once for a manager. This is my manager token. So what I will do, I will run this, make this node 3 as my manager. So see, when I run this command, what message I am getting? This node has joined swarm as a manager. So see, if again I will run docker node ls, then what message I am getting? This node 3 has joined, it is in the ready status and it is active, but it is reachable, it is showing. What the reachable means? See, what I said in my theoretical part, that we can create more than one manager, but only one manager will take the decision. Yeah, it is right that manager can't take the decision by their own, but only the one manager will be taking the decision. So what I mean to say that this is my leader. Leader will always be the present manager, means primary manager. This manager is taking all the decision. It is not taken by their own, it is discussing with the secondary manager as well, but whatever the task is getting done, this will be done by the master one or manager node which is having the leader position. So only one leader can be there in the swarm cluster, but more than one manager can be there. All that manager will be available as a backup of that leader, and in the status we will look at as reachable. What reachable means? suppose this leader goes down, suppose this host machine goes down due to some issue, then automatically this reachable will become the leader. Now let me show you it practically, that how can it become this leader. So this is my node 3, this is my node 3, docker node ls. So see what I am getting. Previously I have explained you this importance of this star. Here I am getting the star in front of master 1. Why? Because right now I am in the master 1 server. But here I am getting the star in front of node 3. Why? Because I am in front of node 3 server. Okay. So you got this one, but still my leader is master 1 only. So what I will do now, I will docker swarm leave. See, if I will run this command docker swarm leave, I will get a pop-up message that this is the master server and it can't move out of the swarm cluster. But still, if you want to move out, make it out of the swarm cluster, you can use the command -- force. So see, when I run this command, I got an error message that you are attempting to leave the docker swarm, which is the manager. So if manager will go down, then what is the use of the worker node? So no worker will work if manager will not be there. So suppose I want to show you the practical over here, that if this manager 1 goes down, how automatically this node 3 will become the leader. So what I will do, I will leave this swarm forcefully. If I am leaving this swarm forcefully, now if I will run the docker node ls, see what will happen. This server went into the hand status. Nothing output I will get. Now people should ask the question that why it is happening. Already I brought down this master 1 is who was the leader. Then if this server went down, this server moved out, then why this is not becoming the leader? See what message I got, error. And if I will check the status, there I will get swarm docker info greet. See what message I am getting. Here I will get the message that previously we were getting the status is active or inactive, swarm status. But here we will get the message swarm status is error. So why this error is happening? See, in the theoretical part, I have explained you very clearly that what is the raft algorithm. See, swarm is active, but still, if I will run this docker ls command, nothing will happen. Why this is happening? In my previous theoretical part, if you would have gone, then I had shown you raft algorithm. What raft algorithm says? That to make any modification, to make any changes, at least majority of the manager should approve. Majority of the manager should approve. So in our scenario, what was there? We were having 2 managers was there. One was the leader and one was the in the reachable backup as the secondary manager. So this one manager went down. So the second manager will come up. But how it will come up? It will come up only if it would get a majority of the vote in their favor. But he is alone there. He is alone left in this cluster. So he can't make the decision by their own, which I have shown you in the raft algorithm. If you are not understanding, please go through the previous theoretical part where I have explained raft algorithm. So see, now what I will show you means my entire cluster went into the, if you will check the status of the swarm will be on, swarm will be in the active status. But what you will see, you will not be able to make any changes, any modification. Because to make any changes, any modification, manager should need the approval or vote in their favor from at least majority of the manager. But here 2 manager was there, and when one manager went down, the another manager can't make the decision by their own to become the leader. So what I will show you right now, as of now. See, now we are having two approach. How can I bring this manager up? So now I am having 2 approach with me. The first approach, let me write, either bring up the previous swarm, previous host machine. Okay, and the second approach is force reinitiate, force the swarm. So what I am doing now, we are left only with two options. Either bring up the host machine, bring up the swarm, which was the master. In our case, this was the master. Either bring up this one, or what I have to do, I have to force reinitialize this swarm. Force reinitializing, what it will do, it will say that, it will say to the swarm manager that, oh, this my leader, who was the leader, it went down, so please I am initializing, I am giving all the power of the manager to you, to the present node, so please you become the manager node, and whatever the servers we are having remaining in the cluster, please make it running. So don't kill the cluster, because if I will say check the status node ls, so I will get no output. But if I will check the status that docker info, so I will get that docker swarm is active. It's already docker swarm is active. This node already is a part of the docker swarm, but no one is responding. So what I want to say that, please get the power of the leader on yourself and please bring up this server. So what is the command? Docker swarm force init, sorry, some modification is needed. Docker swarm init -- force new cluster. See what I am saying to the docker swarm, that already my swarm got in the hang mode. So what you should do, please go and reinitiate the docker swarm, reinitiate the cluster, and get all the power of the manager on yourself. So if I will run this command, see what is happening. If I will run docker node ls, see what I am getting. I am getting that this node 3 became leader. This node 3 automatically became the leader. So previously our master 1 was the leader, but now node 3 became the leader of this entire scenario, entire cluster. So see what if again when we run this command, when we run this immediately when we run the command docker node ls, then what happened? This node 3 became the leader. After 2 seconds, when we run the command again, previously we joined two server as a worker node. This node 1 and node 2 was there as a worker node. So see what happened. Automatically this two server joined our cluster and it came up. But the master server who was down, it is still not able to join, as we have moved out of this swarm. So it is not able, it is no more part of our cluster. Okay. So what I mean to say that, when to make any decision, either one manager, only one leader will be there, but that leader can't make any decision by their own. That leader should get the approval from majority of the manager. Now let me show you another scenario where 3 managers would be there, and if one manager goes down, out of the 3 manager, any of the second manager will become the leader. Because in that scenario, what will happen? If out of 3, 1 goes down, then 2 will be remaining, and that 2 can make a decision on their self. So what I will do now, docker node docker swarm join token manager. So this is the token to join init swarm as a manager. Okay. So what I should do, I should run this command in my first master server. So see what will happen. Docker node ls. See previously my master 1 server was leader, but this time my master 1 server became reachable, means it became the secondary manager. Now it is not primary manager. So as of now we are having 2 managers with us, I want to add one more manager. So see, this node 1 is already my manager, already my worker node. This is already my worker node. So if I will run this manager command, what error I will get? This I will run this join token of this manager. So what I will get, that already this server, this node is a part of the my Docker cluster. So please either promote this as a manager or remove this server from the Docker swarm and again run this Docker manager. So see what error I am getting. This node is already part of the swarm. Either use Docker swarm leave to leave this cluster and again run this command, or we can either promote this as well. Promotion option is also available. So what the promotion command is there? Docker. So we want to promote our node 1. Okay. So what we will do? Docker promote Docker node promote node 1. Okay. So Docker node is the command and I want to promote this node 1 server. So I will run this command. See what error I am getting. Docker node. Oh, see, promote spelling is mistake. Sorry. PROMOT. This node is not a swarm manager. See, we are getting this error. So please go through every word of the error because you will get a big concept over there. So this node is not a swarm manager. What I mean to say that I want to promote my node 1 server, but from where I am running this command? From the node. Means what if you will take as example that if you want to get promotion in your company, then the power is not in your hand. The power should be in your manager hand. The manager should decide that you should get promoted or not. So what we are doing here, that we are running this promotion command from our node server. So this is never happening. See, we got the error as well. This node is not a swarm manager. Why I am running this command in the node? Because I want to show you the error as well. Because what happens, sometimes people use the same command in the node server and they says that when I was looking in the YouTube with the video, there no error was coming, but in my session error is coming. That's why I am showing you every steps with the error as well. So see, here I am getting this error. Okay. So I will run the same command in my manager server. I can run from any of the manager because I am having 2 manager right now. I can run from any of the manager. So see, what I want to do, I want to promote this node 1. This node 1 is my worker node right now. So when I run this command, see what message I got. Node 1 promoted to a manager in this swarm. So if I will run docker node ls, so see what message I am getting. Already node 1 has been promoted to the manager. Okay. Suppose now I want to promote this node 2 also to the manager. I want to promote node 2 also to the manager. So I will give just node 2. Again node 2 also promoted. If I will give docker node ls, see what message I am getting. All these 4 servers are in the 3 in the reachable condition and 1 is the leader. What I mean that 4 manager is there in our cluster. So suppose if my leader goes down, now I will make my leader move out of the swarm. So what I will docker swarm leave. Not I will do the leave because I want to show you some practical session. See, suppose what I will do, what I said earlier, that right now I am having 4 manager. Immediately some issue happened in my node 3 and my node 3 server went down. So I am using reboot command. So whenever I will use this reboot command, immediately what happened? This went down. So what if I will run docker node ls? See what happened. Look carefully. Immediately what happened? Node 1 became the leader. Node 1 became the leader and node 3, which was previously. So it came into the unreachable condition, unknown condition. So immediately the power went to the leader condition. But if you will look, if you will recall in our previous session, when we were having only 2 manager and out of that 1 manager went down, then our cluster went into the hand status. But now we are having 4 manager and one manager went down, then automatically the node 1 became the leader. Why it is happening? Again I am saying, go through the raft algorithm which I explained in my previous session, that majority of the votes should be there in favor of the any manager to become the leader. So what happened in this scenario, when this node 3 went down, so raft algorithm what said, that they have given the opportunity to this 3 server to respond as soon as possible. Suppose my node 1 has responded, the fastest, and after the node 1 responded, the raft algorithm says that node 1 got the priority to ask to and other remaining 2 manager for the approval. So what node 1 did, that node 1 asked for the master 1 and node 2 that I want to become the leader, are you okay with that? So with this two manager node has given the approval that okay, you can become the manager, we don't have any problem with that. So node 1 became the leader of this cluster. So this is what the clustering follows in the swarm. So this is the main and best concept for which everyone should know, that how swarm works and how the manager nodes works in the swarm. If one manager nodes goes down, how second manager will become the leader. So this is the main concept in this swarm. So I am pausing this video now. In the second video we will explore more feature of this swarm, that how can we create a worker node in this swarm, how load balancer works in this swarm and all. So we will look into the next video. So in this video we have covered the topic that if one manager node goes down, how second manager will become the leader, and there can only be one leader in a cluster. So if one manager goes down, if one leader goes down, how can other leader will be voted? So this all we have seen practically in our session. In next video we will explore more features of Docker Swarm. So that's all for this video. Bye bye. Thank you.